for being here. My name is Beverly Brown. I am the instructor for Dreamsteerer Academy, and today is a day of celebration of dreamers. I am trying to keep myself calm because I'm very excited. This was previously going to be something just intimate with my classmates, and God just opened doors to a place that now a bunch of family members can now be here to celebrate their family, their leader, their mother, their wife, their spouse. A day that they can celebrate together. And this is what I really wanted to be about family and celebrating who they are. So before we get started, I'd like to bring up one of the dreamers that is going to bless today, as well as bless the food. Is that a warning going on for somebody? Okay, we're going to wait till the warning goes off. Wow. I'm glad you guys are inside already. 6:45. Okay. So, what I want to say, and I know there's a lot of chatter going on in the place, but we don't start any of our classes without prayer. Matter of fact, we don't start our lives, our days, without prayer. And this is not going to be a time that we're not going to start without prayer. I need the presence of God and Jesus to be in this room, along with that warning. A thunderstorm is on the way, but we need to usher him in. And the great part about the dreamers in the Academy is that each of them have special and beautiful and wonderful and unique gifts. So tonight I want to bring up our dreamer, Miss Adrienne Smith, and she is going to bless us and bring the spirit in and bless the food as well. So if we could take a moment, including the waiter, when he's finished. We're going to take a moment to pray. I don't know if you want to still stay, but we really want to be quiet. You're good. What's your name? Adrienne. Adrienne, thank you for serving us tonight. Everybody give Adrienne a hand. Thank you, Adrienne. So we're going to go in a little silence and just try to usher some spirit in here. Thank you. Everybody. Good. I'm sorry.
All right. Lord, we just thank you for this evening, God. We thank you for your presence already being here because we bring your presence. If everybody could hold hands, that would be great. Lord, this is a time of family, it's a time of fellowship, it's a time of fun, Lord God. And Father, we just ask that you bless this, that you bless the food that we are about to receive. Let it be nourishing to our bodies, Lord God. For anyone that is speaking tonight, Lord God, let the word also be nourishing, Lord God. We receive everything that you have for us tonight, Lord. In Jesus' holy and precious name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Adrienne. You guys have a program in front of you, and we're pretty much going to stick with it. And I want to first begin by welcoming you. Dreamsteerer Academy has been a dream for me for several years, a very, very, very long time, because my passion is showing people how to achieve their God-given goals and dreams. There are a lot of people that question, said, Beverly, why did you say the word God-given goals and dreams? And there are other people that may not believe that or have anything to do with that. And you know what I told them? Well, they are not the ones I need to speak to. The people that I speak to already know that God is in their life and they're being steered by Him. If they're not, then that is not the person that needs to come to the Academy. There are plenty of others for that, and I bless them for that, and there's nothing wrong with that, but that is not what I do at Dreamsteerer Academy, because God is in the midst of everything that we do at the Academy. So since a lot of you don't know me, and I want to thank you guys for bringing your family out today. I'm originally from New Orleans, Louisiana, and I have been here in Arizona for about 4 years now. There's a very, very long story involved, but I'm not going to tell the long version. I'm going to tell the short version of it. Being from New Orleans, how many people know about New Orleans? We know what kind of town it is, right? Party hardy, party hardy. Well, I did the thing there in New Orleans when I was there. I did. So it was like there was not a club that couldn't open without Beverly's name being at the front counter. Yes, I'm a straight New Orleans person. And I was there for a very, very long time, doing very, very well in New Orleans as well. But then God called me differently. How many of you guys remember Katrina? You remember the storm? Well, that was my day of reckoning. Actually, I was in a storm on the day of the storm. I was in a spiritual storm, a mental storm, and actually a physical storm, not to say the least, on that particular day. So I knew God was testing me that particular day. Not going to talk about the extremes of this, but I ended up going to Cleveland, Ohio. You know, a lot of people got misplaced, going to Dallas, most of them went to Atlanta, various other places. Well, I went kicking and screaming to Cleveland, Ohio, because that is not where I wanted to go. It's like nobody goes to the map and says, yeah, I want to go to Cleveland. No, that was not where I intended to go, and I fought with God, and I told him, nope, not Cleveland, not Cleveland. And he opened the doors up so wide for Cleveland. Had I not stepped through, I know he would have actually, excuse the expression, whooped my butt, because he was telling me to please go. Well, I did go. And I ended up, well, I was supposed to go for 3 weeks. I ended up staying there for 8 years. And it was the best blessing of my life. I met people there, and I amassed a family as big as my New Orleans family. They opened their hearts up to me. They supported me. They did so much for me for a person that went there with nothing. When I tell you I went there with nothing, I ended up moving to 5 different places. I didn't have a job. I am a college graduate. I was doing very well in corporate America, but I couldn't find a job or anything else. And then the doors just opened, and Cleveland, Ohio opened up for me, and that's where I ended up. And that's to say that that's the first time that I launched my Dreamsteerer Academy. It was in Ohio. Can I tell you about that? Yes, the first speaker. Anyway, that was the first time I launched it in 2011, and it was wonderful. I started out with like maybe 15 students, and ended up with 3 of them graduating, which was good because nobody had ever heard of a Dreamsteerer Academy. By the way, are you guys asking what a Dreamsteerer Academy is? It's an academy that I do for 9 weeks, and it's to help you achieve your God-given goals and dreams. So anyway, to fast forward to 2011 was the first time I launched, and God blessed me with 3 beautiful people that stayed with the course the entire 9 weeks and graduated and became successful to pursue what they wanted to do. These were people that were in age that had said that they had buried their dreams a long time ago and ended up bringing them back through Dreamsteerer Academy. So to fast forward, I launched then. And I was ready to just do what I needed to do in Cleveland, Ohio. And then I ended up with breast cancer, not once, but twice. So while I was there, I had already launched. And the second time that I ended up with breast cancer, God was speaking to me to make a move to come here to Arizona, because this is where my daughter and my grandchildren are. And when I tell you he brought me here to help me men heal, and everything I needed to do with her, I'm telling you, he knew what he was doing. So I healed mentally and still am healing, physically and spiritually. I had a very, very major surgery for the breast cancer, so it was a very, very hard recovery time. But I thank God for my daughter and bringing me here to do that. So by that time, I only intended to be here maybe 6 months to 8 months. Well, guess how many years it is now? 4. So you may think you have an idea and then God will put you in another place to put you somewhere else, and you have to be able to understand what He's doing and get yourself out the picture. So here I remain, and I was going to go back to launch Dreamsteerer Academy, and guess what He said? No, you're going to launch it right here in Arizona. So now I launched Dreamsteerer Academy last year in 2017, and I graduated 10 Dreamers in 2017, and 2 of them are here. Carlise? Anybody else here? Is it just Carlise? Carlise is one of my 2017 graduates, the first one that I had in Arizona. And when I tell you, she was my attendee elite, and she just performed, and I just saw her grow through the classes, and it was just wonderful. So with that being said, I did 10 that time, and then I said, okay, that's enough, I'm good. And then He spoke to me again. He's like, no, you're gonna do this again. So here we are today, 2018, and I have another 10 graduates. Woo! Come on in, queen. Come on in. Guys, we got a queen coming in. Where can she sit? There's a table of 4. Hey, welcome, ladies. Can I get hugs? I'm sorry. Ladies, you love her. This green thing. You are so tacky, I just get off course when I see babies. So that was a very, very short version of how I ended up coming here and opening a Dreamsteerer Academy. The Academy was 8 weeks, and I say 8 powerful weeks of dreamers coming in every week. And when I tell you they came in tired, what did God say? Give me your tired. Give me your weary. Give me your worry. Then they came continuously, and I blessed them for that. They blessed my heart, because now I'm living my dream by helping everyone else live their dreams. So this program will not be about me tonight. It is going to be about them. I'm going to award them certificates, and God is so good, because here we get blessed with another dreamer. She said, Miss Beverly, I want to give flowers for my teammates. And I'm like, wow, Latif, thank you. So Latif Owens, thank you for blessing them with roses. I mean, things just start falling together, and I just love this. So, without any further ado, I want to see where we are as far as the meals are concerned. Is he still just taking orders? Do we have water? Let's go with this. Water, drinks, salad, no salad, bread. So we on what? First course? Appetizers. Not even that. I'm just happy that you guys are here. I put on my reading glasses. And I will tell you about what the program is all about. So our order of services is going to be just that. We did the welcome and the prayer, and I just did you the background of Dreamsteerer Academy. Someone just kind of snuck in here, and I told him that I would go with the spirits if he came in, because I want him just to say things, a few words while we are going through and we're waiting for our food to come in. But I need to tell you something first. When I was planning on having this graduation, our last year's graduation, where was it? We were at the Tempe Library, correct? I had to end up having the graduation in 2 places, because only 4 showed up at the library for the celebration, and then the other, no, it was 5. And then the other 4 we had to do at a vision board workshop. So I had ended up with 2 different graduations. And like I said, this is the first time, this is the first concept, so people don't really know what this is about. And God, I'm putting this together. This is me. This is the vision that God has given me, so I got to go with and roll with the flow. So when I said I was going to do this graduation, we were just going to do it at the Falls Event Center, which is where we had the classes. And we were just going to do a little intimate setting and just have the graduates there and maybe one of their family members to come by. But the class said, you know what, Miss Bev, let's just go to the restaurant. And I'm like, okay, great. So I looked for a restaurant, and I still was thinking it would be an intimate place with just a couple people to go. And I looked for various places. And I'm telling you, this place was the last place that I went to because I was giving up hope. I could not find a spot. Some were too small, some didn't have it, some were not available. And then God just opened the door for this place to be here. So aren't you guys happy about this place? I think it's beautiful, and I'm so happy to be here, and it seems like the service is impeccable. So, just to say that, when you put something out there, God starts working on your behalf.
Yeah.
We don't even think about things like this, but if He knows that you are in line with His Spirit, and you're doing His will, He will start doing things for you.
Yeah.
This is what it's about. This is what Dreamsteering is about, paying attention to what it is that you need to do first to allow God to make steps in your behalf. So after that, I called Dr. V, and Dr. V, which you guys will see later, he's going to do the closing ceremonies. He's a world-renowned speaker, highly, highly recommended. I mean, could be anywhere making thousands of dollars doing speeches, and he goes to my church, thank God. And he agreed to come here to bless us tonight. I mean, that's just incredible. He even showed up at our class last week and blessed the class. There was a standing ovation. And I didn't even ask that. God just said it's just happening that way. So I want to tell you guys this, and I need you to pay attention because this really blessed my heart. So I got up this morning, and of course I went straight to the Word. After I got knelt down on my knees, and I said, Lord, you're going to have to take over today. And while I woke up early, I hardly had any sleep, but I rested. I was fine. So I did that. I read scriptures. I read about Joshua this morning in Genesis. Oh, another graduate just came in. And I was just reading, and then I read various other books. Manifestation Master. Footprints. I was just reading various things. And then all of a sudden I get a text. And the text says, Beverly, this is Dr. Will. Is it too late for me to arrive? First of all, that's like getting a text from Les Brown, okay? I don't want to let you know that's just how impactful this man is. May we get the door closed, please? Say his name was? Can you close the door for me, please? So, after praying and meditating and asking God to take control of today, I get a text from Dr. Will, and like I said, that's like Les Brown calling and texting you and asking you, can he attend your birthday party? How are you feeling about that? Are you like, oh no, Les, I think I'm going to have to I won't be making any room for you? You would be like, okay, he didn't know, but I was like jumping up and down inside, but I sent him a calm text back like, of course, Dr. Will, you can join us, thank you very much. He did not know the excitement that was behind that, because that's just how much I honor this man. He is here from Arizona, but he is internationally known. I can't name all the countries he's been to. He's been in the service. He's from Compton, California. And I'm going to give him the version of it because I know it. And he was a street guy in Compton, California. When I tell you street, now he is being sought after all over the world. Not United States, the world. And he's been everywhere. And for him to bless me this morning asking if he could come was just beyond. So he said he didn't really want to speak. I just told him there's no way I can have you in my presence in this room and not be able to come up and bless my graduates. So please, guys, y'all help me welcome Dr. Will Moreland.
Hello, everyone. Oh, come on, this is a graduation, a celebration. Hello, everyone. Well, I reached out to Beverly this morning because she is a dear friend of mine, and I have some other friends that are graduating today, and I saw them posting about the graduation, and I just got back from St. Martin this morning, so I'm off of an 11-hour trip, but I thought, and I didn't think I know how it is to step out on faith and pursue your dream and follow your dream. And I also know what it's like to start something, what Beverly is doing, and how important it is for you to know that there are people in your corner. And so when I got in this morning and I saw the announcement that she was doing this today, it was so important that I come here because in the atmosphere of dreamers is the atmosphere of miracles. And in the atmosphere of miracles is the atmosphere of change. And in the atmosphere of change is the atmosphere of possibilities. And in the atmosphere of possibilities is the atmosphere of reality. And the atmosphere of reality is the closest, I believe, that we're ever to God. Because God looked at nothing and he said, let there be light. And every time you have a dream, what you're saying is, let there be light. You're looking at a situation and you're saying that that situation can be different. And so for every graduate here today, I applaud you for saying, let there be light. Because you're not only turning on the light for you, but you're turning on the light for generations to come. For you women that are stepping out there on faith, you're painting a picture for your sons and for your daughters and for your sisters and for your cousins and your aunts, and you're letting someone know that it's possible. Because there's people watching you and there's people looking at you, and you're going to be the light for somebody, because that's what the Bible tells us. It says, let your light shine. And whenever God wants us to shine just a little bit brighter, he gives us a dream. He gives us a dream. And I know for many of you, as Beverly said, as you were going through your classes, some of you were tired. Some of you were on fumes. Some of you probably said at the beginning, Beverly, I don't know how I'm going to be able to afford this. I don't know where the time is going to come from. I don't know where the commitment is going to come from. But you stepped out on faith. And this is what the Bible says about faith. It says, without faith, it is impossible to please God. Now I want you to think about that for a moment. Without faith, it is impossible. And if you're like me, I know that you set up many nights and you've woken up many mornings and you said, God, I just want to be pleasing in your sight. And God returns to us and he says, if you want to be pleasing in my sight, you got to walk by faith. And so he gives you a dream. And when you begin to reach out and step out on that dream, I know right now that God is smiling on you, because without faith, it's impossible to please God. And I know that we're people of faith. And you understand that the Bible says if you're a person of faith, we do everything by faith. We walk by faith. We live by faith. We overcome by faith. We're the righteousness of God by faith. Everything we do has an element of faith. And so it's only fitting that with your dream, it took faith. And I'll share this with you. I was on a plane one time with a gentleman, and his name is Richard Branson. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Richard Branson, but I happened to be on a plane with Richard Branson one night, and I said, Richard, if you could tell me anything about being successful, what would that be? And Richard looked at me, and I want to tell you what he told me. Because even though you started your dream, I don't want you to cheat yourself, I don't want you to cheat your family, and I don't want you to cheat society. And Richard looked at me And he says, Will, this is what you got to know about a dream. This is what he said, Beverly. One of the richest men in the world. He looked at me and he said, understand this, that your dreams have multiple levels. Your dreams have multiple levels. And I guarantee most of you in here tonight, you may only be seeing level 1 or level 2 of your dream. But don't stop there, because your dream has multiple levels. God bless you and congratulations. Thank you so much, Beverly.
Guys, I don't know if you guys know who Richard Branson is, but he's a multi-billionaire, and Dr. Will sits in his presence. So we want to go where he is, right? So we got that in the room. This is what I want for my dreamers. For you guys to know that anything that you achieve, anything that you want to achieve can happen. Dr. Will, like you said, I just read your post the other day, and you said you called your company International, Dr. Will International, while he was still in Compton, just naming it. He was still doing what he was doing, but he had the vision of being an international speaker. Guys, it's about speaking what it is, and it's about believing it at the same time. It's gonna come, it's gonna go, you're gonna get depressed, you're gonna wonder how it's gonna happen, but the thing is you never lose sight of it. And the other most powerful thing that he did is he wrote it down. He gave it a title. He had no idea. Well, evidently he did if he wrote it, but he didn't know how it would happen. He just says, it's going to be Dr. Will International. And now, how many countries, Dr. Will? Come on, tell them. 56 countries, guys. Come on, give him a hand. You guys don't know you're in the presence of somebody that is at the Les Brown level. We don't take advantage of people that are right here, this close to us. It's the same thing they did with Jesus when he went back home. They didn't appreciate Jesus when he went back home and said, oh, Lord, that's just little Gigi. Call him Gigi. That's little Gigi. You know, he's a carpenter. He wasn't appreciated, but I have to honor people that are here in our presence, and I'm so happy that he decided to send that text this morning. He doesn't know how he lifted my face. And I can't see you. So, what I also did is I sort of put something extra as far as what I wanted to recognize each of the graduates for, because they all brought something unique to the class. So she doesn't know because she's picking with her salad right now, but Miss Tracy Moore, and I'm going to read this first certificate. It says, Dreamsteerer Academy, this certificate is being presented to Tracy Moore, Certified Dreamer of Dreamsteerer Academy, Arizona, with special recognition for, and we talked about this, but everybody got perfect attendance, okay? But what I added to her as far as her character, Tracy, I called you most courageous. Thank you, yes. And I want to tell you guys, because I can tell you this funny story, but come on, Tracy. Tracy came to class as often as possible. And I'm not talking about when she came in late, because you know that lets me know. She was determined to be there. That's what made the difference. It didn't matter when she showed up, and she blessed my heart every time she came in, no matter what time it was. I want to call her most courageous because what we also teach at Dreamsteerer Academy is to step out with courage. Well, she stepped out and went to the front of the Beverly concert by herself. And she live streamed it while she was there, and the other graduates were able to watch it, drinking wine at their home, because Tracy wanted somebody to be there with her at the concert. on, she said she had never done that before, ever. And that took courage. She had to take the step. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, she did not use the backstage passes, so hey. We're not going to hold that against her, but she did the courageous thing, and I admire her so much because it didn't matter when class, what happened, she would text and just say, I'm on my way, whatever she was going through. She made that extra effort no matter what she had to do. So I have to call you, Tracy, my most courageous.
So one thing, you did get discernment, courageous, because that's exactly what I got out of this course. A big thanks to Carlise for inviting me to her graduation. And let me just start to say that I overlooked Miss Beverly. I'm just like, you know, everybody, when you go to events, they have the vendor table set up and all that, and I'm just like, everybody want to approach you with this, and I'm just like, you know, just overlooking people. So, but it wasn't until my sisterhood sister, Carlise, invited me to her graduation that I said, oh, heck no, I gotta be here. So it was like whenever Miss Beverly was going to start back up, I made sure I actually made a sacrifice and paid my class in full before it even started. I'm like, this bill won't get paid, but I will be in class. So a little bit about me. I'm from Gary, Indiana. I've been out here in Arizona for roughly 6 years. I say this was a faith move because I had no intentions on coming to Arizona. I had no idea what I would encounter, but God dried up my brook back in Gary, Indiana, sent me out here, and I'm still trying to discover why. But the pieces are coming together. I know eventually it'll all make sense. One thing about Miss Beverly's Academy, it brought clarity about my God-given purpose. I started my business that I ran from almost a decade. I'm opening up a residential assisted living facility. I have a background as a caregiver, provider. I've just been taking care of folks since I was young. So, but I ran from it after a while because sometimes you get burned out when you kind of give your gifts to the wrong people and you don't discern the help and where you should put it, you kind of get burned out. So I ran for the idea of God wanting me to do this, not just for people, but for Him. Because a lot of the businesses that I work for, they were pretty much in it for the money. But me, I have a true heart and I care for people because I've been in situations that I never wanted people to encounter. So along with the healthcare business, I stumbled across the travel industry. I kind of look back at my past, and being a single parent, I never had the money or the time to travel. It's like I never could get the money, it never even crossed my mind, but I always wanted to venture out. I always said I didn't want to live and die in GI. That's Gary, where I'm from. So I'm an independent travel agent with a home-based travel agency. More care, no, that's more care at home is residential, but more fares for less. So I kind of say, how can I leverage my healthcare business? I pretty much say, my focus is on caregivers. I was a caregiver 14 plus years, and everybody discounted us. We were always overlooked, but we did the work. We were the foundation of businesses, but we never received the credit. So I say with my business, I'm able to, I can create any kind of trip that I want. So I'm going to do annual cruises for caregivers, and I call it Gift Yourself a Break. Not give, but gift, because you need to pour to yourself and provide yourself with a gift. We be a gift to everybody in the family, but we leave ourselves out, and our self-care just go down the drain. So currently in October of this year, it'll be my first caregivers cruise. And I'm just, impressing upon people that self-care is very important. In order for us to do our job effectively with your families, we got to first take care of ourselves. I have my family here at this table. I have my oldest sister. I have my good friend Patrice, my nephew, who's coming from Indiana to finish out his 2 years of high school here in Arizona. I have my baby girl Tangela, 12 years old. My daughter, oldest daughter, Tangela call her Muffin, 24, and I have my grandbaby here. She's 2 going on 20. Yeah, she keeps me grounded. And so I just want to say, I met a whole lot of people along the way. I love you, sisters. Touch grounds with Miss Tandra, who's pushing me into my purpose, because I work a 9 to 5, but I'm still working the business. And I guess God is saying, enough of this, for real, for real. It's time for you to transition into what I call you to be. So I am the caregiver.
It's beautiful when you start the class and you let people know that you're having the class and you've already started the class and someone notices it. It's like, I want to be a part of that class. So this young lady started after our first class, and we met maybe briefly before, but she just saw what was going on, and I think God really spoke to her spirit more than anything. So when she came and she showed up, she's going to get perfect attendance elite too. And what I told or said about her is that she was the most influential in the class. When she came in, when she sat up and she spoke, it's kind of like, I already knew she was going to be a minister. She didn't even tell us before, but I already knew she had ministry in her. And every time she speaks, those words come out. So I want you guys to welcome Ms. Kim Parker. She is, and because she attended every class, even though she missed the first one, I gave her perfect attendance elite, because once she registered, she came to every class. So thank you, Ms. Kim Parker.
I just want to start out saying what such an honor it is to be here and to be able to be a part of this Dreamsteerer Dream Team class. My name is Kim, last name Parker. I'm from the state of Michigan, Cereal City, Battle Creek. Long way from home, went from the cold to extreme heat. I think it was a good trade-off. Landed me down here due to a job, which I thought it was due to a job. Actually, I heard someone say that my brook had dried up.
Yeah.
Mine wasn't moving. So I knew my brook wasn't moving, that God was going to move me. So something would start moving, put me in a place where something would start moving. So he landed me here. I didn't have all the details on why it was really coming. It looked like it was for the job, but I knew it was more to it than that. And as I've been here going on 2 years in November, the first 6 months I didn't know anybody here, but I didn't have family. So it was kind of like work home, church. So that routine got pretty good. Then I started meeting other ladies, and what I will have to tell you, this town has the most influential women groups and things you can get involved in. No woman can come out here and say that I couldn't meet anybody and I couldn't get nothing going. It would be shame on them. Because even though the town that I was raised in, I couldn't get anything going, but I had so many dreams within me. Only did I begin to start putting them in motion is when I teamed up with Miss Beverly and this dream team. Even though I had other women groups I was in, this one really got me thinking, got me going. I'm actually, my business is named Winningwood Class LLC, which what I do is host different events for whether it be relationship or whatever somebody might need me to speak for. So that is my passion, speaking and helping domestic women. I also volunteer at the shelter in Phoenix, and I speak to those ladies as well. So I feel like a little butterfly or a giant eagle, one of the two. I'm blossoming either way. I'm getting my wings, I'm getting my barrier, along with teaming up with Miss Beverly over here, who's a powerhouse in helping others and pushing you to that level where you need to be. I thank God for her and her dream that's on fire in her, that God won't let her stop. No matter if she wants to or if she wants to slow down, I just pray that God keeps that fire in her to keep this going, because it's something that everyone needs. I am grateful for all the ladies that's in the group, in the team. We're like sisters. I feel like they're my sister. I feel like, even though I don't have sisters out here, I feel like I have sisters out here. that God has graced me with, and I'm so grateful for that. They're authentic, and they're the real deal, and we're able to gel together, support one another. And I just want to say that I'm so grateful for you being here, supporting us, each and every one of you, and I'm looking forward to climbing higher heights and deeper depths in what we're doing as our businesses and supporting one another.
I actually met her at a sort of an event that I created outside called the Dream Team. And it was a group of ladies that we just said, you know what? We just want to hang out. We don't want to go being empowered. We don't want to hear a speech. We just want to kind of hang out and have some fun. So we invited some ladies over, and this is when I met this young lady. And I was so impressed by her. She's exuberant, and she just has so much joy, and she's always laughing, and she's always doing what she's doing. And I decided, because what she also did is she did a lot of sharing in the class. She shared her beautiful candles. She brought in some food sometimes. She shared her stories. So I want you guys to help me welcome my most sharing, who also has perfect attendance, Miss Yvette Denise Hamilton Marshall to the stage. Our most sharing dreamer.
I met Beverly at my friend Tandra's home a few weeks back. And all I can say is that when she was talking about the Dreamsteerer and all the other beautiful ladies that was there, because I was like, wow, I could actually be in the company of these ladies, which I already knew Tracy from the travel business, so, which was awesome. I just found a couple of extra things out about her that were from the same hometown during the class. But as far as the class is concerned, it helped me to kind of open up a little bit more. I mean, I talked one-on-one with people before, as speaking up and speaking out, I was kind of nervous about doing that. And then as far as my business, my business is called Candles for Chillaxing. And Beverly would say, you know, Latif would ask, you bring the candles? And I was like, oh, I didn't bring them because of the heat in Arizona. And so Beverly, with her 2 cents, said, you gotta get out there and you gotta put yourself out there. You gotta, you know, she would let me know that, hey, if I want this business to grow, I got to speak up and put it out there. So this class really helped me in that area. You know, as I want to say, thank you. And ladies, thank you for the love that each and every one of you showed me. And you all are my sisters here. I have no sisters here. I have a bunch of sisters, but I'm the only one here, me and my boys. And I want to thank my beautiful pastor for joining me today, supporting me, and always being there for me. I love you and thank you.
This young lady, when she first signed up for the course, I'm like, okay. I remember meeting her, but let me go back and check to make sure. So I did. You know what? Oh my God. I don't say her name because I'm giving it away. But the thing is, when she came to our class, she was very quiet. Very quiet. We barely knew she was in the class. And we'd be looking at her, but guess what? She'd be writing a ton of notes. All I kept seeing was her writing and writing and writing. I'm like, what is she writing? If I know one thing, I must be teaching something good, because she's taking a lot of notes. So after that, maybe 2 or 3 sessions down the road, next thing we know, she's talking. She's making speeches. She's taking over the photo ops. I'm like, okay, who is this person? Okay, this wasn't the quiet person that started. But I love her personality. So that's why I gave her the lady with most personality. I want you guys to help me welcome Ms. Vashi Worley-Moore. Vashi. When I tell you she changed from quiet to exuberant, all in a matter of 8 weeks, she did. Vashi's okay too.
It's a privilege to be before each of you tonight. It is raining outside, and I just came from a conference in Dallas, and the theme was overflow, and we focused on the rain that God is going to pour into our life. So I'm considering it a sign of a blessing. Yes, it is. I am a native of Phoenix, Arizona, so I have been here all my life, but I must tell you that I love to travel. So I will be getting with Tracy.
Yes.
But I travel business.
Yes.
I recently got married, and so tonight my husband joins me and my stepson.
All right.
So Corey is my husband, and my stepson name is Elijah. And right now it's the three of us. I'm very family oriented, and so I'm really glad that they came. I come from a large family. There is a total of 8 of us, and all of us reside here in Arizona. And so they're not here with me tonight, but I do feel like I'm in a room with family because I consider each of you family.
Yes.
So I started the course because I had hopes of finishing what I started. I do multiple things because I am privileged to have the honor of working with different people at different times. So, but the main thing that I do on the side is I sell Mary Kay. And I had been selling Mary Kay for a period of time until the death of my mother, and then I just kind of stopped selling it. But God had given me a passion to sell it because through Mary Kay there is a platform, there is an opportunity to fight against domestic violence, fight against breast cancer, and to fight against other causes because they have a foundation. There is also a great network of sisters in Mary Kay who are spiritual. And one of my callings, one of my purposes in life is that I serve as an evangelist in my church. So I use Mary Kay also as an evangelistic tool to introduce people to Jesus Christ. Okay. My goal is to open a women's shelter because I believe that if you can save a woman, then you can save her family. And so the women's shelter that I want to open is called the Lightful Hearts Ministry. And I want to do that because I know that women, out of all people, go through a lot of transitions. And although we may not speak about them, we do need help. And sometimes we're too strong to say that we need the help that we need. And sometimes you need a sister to lean on that can help you. And so my goal is to be that sister and to provide a helping hand to those that are in need. I am normally very quiet because I am also observant. And I need to see what kind of atmosphere I'm in and what kind of people I'm dealing with. But I am so excited to tell you that I chose a good group. I could not be more elated that God blessed me to be introduced to Beverly and to have an opportunity to hear each of your story. And I think to myself quite often, what a privilege it is because oftentimes people are looking for a stage to tell their story and they don't realize the opportunities that God has given them. And Ms. Beverly provided many opportunities because she not only provided or pushed us in class to do our businesses, but she also provided opportunities outside of class to network and to tell your story. And so I'm just really glad to be here tonight. That's it. That's my story.
Because it's just a wonderful group of people with great spirits, like minds that have come together. And that was my prayer. Lord, bring those that not only they need to learn something from me, I need to learn something from them. Yes. So we've both given back, and I just love it. Thank you, Bashir. I've known this lady for quite a few years now. She is my sister in the Sisterhood Extravaganza. We have gone through so many things together. I love our hearts. I love her mind. I love her talents. I love the way she gives and who she is as a person. We've learned so much from each other, and I'm so proud to say that she came to the classes, and I'm like, she's doing a lot of things already. maybe she doesn't need Dreamsteerer Academy. And I was so happy when I saw her coming each and every time, blessing the class, talking in the class, being the person that she is. And I just felt like she's just so special to me. So I had to
in my corner, and from there I said, this is my sister, and I'm going to support her in the things that she is doing and wanting to step out in. And so that's where when she wanted to do her Dreamsteerer Academy, I said, okay, I'm in, I'll be there, and because I want to support you in this. But also I too needed to continue to grow and develop. And I was just truly thankful for every woman that I met there. I mean, I've laughed, we went out, we've had great times, we've done things, we just learned from one another, and truly just growing and development and, together. Growing and, developing together. And so, for me, I'm an artist. I do music, I write music and I sing music, and I have a clothing business, an online clothing business, Unique's Apparel. You can go to it, uniquesapparel.com. And also, I'm partnered in a business with my fiance, which is Unique's Barbecue, located in Chandler. It's a catering and events type of business. So those are just some of the things that we do. So yes, we are very busy. We just trusting God to help us to grow and develop in business, because not for just us, but for the sake of the kingdom, because I know that I am a distributor in the kingdom and able to give into causes. I have a giving heart, and I believe that God blesses us so that we can be a blessing unto others. So that's I just truly believe in that and always want to continue in that. So just a little bit, because everybody that was in the class know, I was kind of likened to the little challenge child in the class. There's always one that's like the little class clown or whatever. So me and Beverly, we always had our dialogue and different things in the class, but I just truly, I'm thankful because we had good laughs, we had fellowship, and ultimately in the end, we're still there to support each other and love on each other and be there for one another. And so that to me is the blessing. Today I have with me my fiance, Fred Hatcher. I have my daughter with me today. So for some of those that know, when I started the class, I kind of said, I got a daughter, she's 17, she kind of acting up now, y'all, and so, God is so good, because through prayer, I'm telling you, these women, we prayed together, okay? And we got some breakthroughs, we got some things happening where businesses are starting and people are launching out into things, and just many things are happening, and my daughter is back home. And here with us today. So God is so good, and I'm just thankful for that. And I did bring CDs, so they're over here in the corner, and you're welcome to check it out. Oh, there it is. So it is a Christian kind of jazz gospel music, so you can check it out.
And we will hear it tonight, because yes, you're going to bless us with a song. Yes, you are. You cannot be here without blessing us with that beautiful, beautiful voice she has. When I tell you I'm having a bad day, and I just want to get into the car and listen to something that calms my spirit, this is it. I suggest everybody grab you a copy of this CD, because it will bless your spirit beyond. And I'm not just saying that because she's in my class. I had this CD almost 2 years ago, and it just has blessed me ever since. So I thank you so much, Latif. You have brought so much to the class, and yes, bless us with a song tonight too. I have stories for everybody that came to Dreamsteerer Academy, and it's just awesome. I was at a networking event sitting across from this young lady, and I just looked over at her, and she was very, very quiet. She was just smiling and smiling. And God just spoke to my heart. I just caught her on the arm, and we started a conversation. And that's just what happened. I mean, they had a whole other bunch of women in the room, but God told me to speak to her. And I did. Little did I know that it would impact her. I was just imparting some words with her. The next time I saw her at another event, she told me she'd been passing my cards out, that her mother wanted to talk to me, that she was recommending me to other people. I'm like, really? And all I did was whisper words that God told me to put in her heart. And when she saw the class when she saw the class started, she said, Ms. Beverly, I want to be a part of it. So it blessed my heart that she wanted to do that. It blessed my heart that she was already talking about me to other people. So I want you guys to welcome a person that I have called most resilient. She is still is going through a lot. And I know that. But what she does is she keeps showing up for class. If she can't make it, she'll send a note. And I know it because she has such a beautiful, large family that she's also taken care of as a single mom. So I want you guys to help me welcome Ms. Jane Nunez, our most resilient.
More and more inspiration from Miss Beverly. And the more I learned from her, the more I shared, like, everyone I see, like, you've got to talk to Miss Beverly. Like, you need some inspiration, you need some guidance, go talk to her, she can help you. And anyways, so yes, I'm a single mom. I've got 5 kids, I've got 3 with me. 2 of them are away at college, so, you know, yeah. About a year and a half ago, when I became a single mom again for the second time with an additional little one, I decided that I needed to do something. And I wasn't exactly sure what I was going to do. It took me a long time. I went to real estate school, and I was in the middle of taking my test, and then I had a major accident, a horse riding accident, and I lost all my memories. And after that, I was unable to take my test, complete my test. So, and I would go back to study, and it wasn't connecting. My brain hadn't healed enough for me to connect what I had learned. So I told myself, we need to do something else, and we have to do it fast because we've got kids to support and a house to maintain. And so something I had always done and had attempted to do 2 other times over the course of my life was to be an interior designer. And so in February of this year, I launched Jane Nunez Interior Design. My focus is to be able to tell the stories of the families within the home, and to not just bring in a bunch of new furniture and just throw away everything you have. Those things are treasures. They're things that you accumulate in your lifetime. They tell stories, and they're important because I know my house is full of them. You know, and so it was important to me to look at design in a different light, in a different way, and also to make sure that I was completely affordable. I had to look at myself and say, what am I willing to pay myself for my service? Because it's important to me that everybody be able to have the home and the sanctuary that they need to get away from the world. And so I've been working the business some, and I've had to take a bit of a back seat lately due to my mom. She's got stage 4 breast cancer. and a lot of other things going on. An aunt that's passing away as well. Another cancer, I think she has a liver cancer that's spread all through her body. So we've been going through a lot at the moment, but things are kind of starting to slow down, and over the course of the class, I've been able to pretty much quietly sit back, but be able to soak in all of the love and the knowledge and the spirit of the ladies around me. And I come from a home of 3 brothers, and so it was quite the experience to feel like I've got a room full of sisters. And I'm very, very, very thankful for that. And so as I turn this new page and get ready to devote myself to my business and to be able to put my business and my family, my children first, I can't wait for the next 6 months and see what happens. But thank you very much.
Talk about resilience. First of all, she got 5 kids, okay? And she's a single mom. If that's not enough resilience, I don't know what is. And now to know that she still managed to come to classes with all of that going on, that she even had to leave for one of the classes and go take care of somebody else, so somebody else would go take care of her aunts. So I had to give her resilience because I just love her, and I knew that she was going through a lot, so she persevered, and she's here. And wave, daughters! Woohoo! What beautiful daughters you have. Thank you guys for coming and supporting her. Oh my goodness. You know, sometimes you just run across a person at an event, just sitting next to them, just admiring them. And this lady, I just admired and I just connected with instantly when I met her. And I have no other word for her except to say that she's just intriguing. And when she said she was going to attend my Academe classes, I'm like, wow, she's successful, she's got her business, she's doing what she already needs to do. I'm just honored and blessed that she even wants to come to my Academe, because I know she's a very special lady, and it just intrigues me every time I see her because she's so living, she's so loving, and she's so giving. So I want you guys to help me welcome our most intriguing of the class, none other than Miss Tandra Garvey. Plus she wears these intriguing clothes. Oh my God, it's beautiful. Oh, she don't like this nap.
Hi, good evening everyone. I'm Tandra Garvin. I am a owner of Golden Trinity LLC. Basically, I'm a nurse practitioner and I take care of patients. So I'm doing what I love, so I'm blessed for that. The class was a real blessing because I met a lot of new sisters, as we all have in common. So I just think, it was a great journey. So I've been in Arizona for, 21 years. I'm married, I have 3 young adult children. So that's it. Thank you guys. I don't want to talk
about Did you just not start a new business doing something? Come on, Tandra, she's trying to get off the stage. I'm not letting her. Come on.
You know what?
It's part of the training. This is what she has to do.
I talk to patients all day, every day. So, but
Tell them what they can get at your business. Isn't it a special business where they can get vitamins or something infused? What? That's another. I'm sorry. Come on, tell us about it. She's a nurse practitioner. guys, she's doing, the beautiful thing I love about her, she's doing what she loves to do already. And that's beautiful. But guess what? She's expanding on it too. That's what I'm trying to get her to say.
So I'm a nurse practitioner, I'm an independent contractor, so what I do is there's physicians all over the valley, and they always need an extra hand. So what I do is I follow their patients for them. And I also partner with Christina Jordan, because I've battled weight loss my entire life. So, I partner with Christina Jordan at Fit Body Weight Loss, and basically we're helping individuals to get healthy, to lose weight the right way.
All right, I have to stretch her. That's what we do. We stretch. We stretch. I'm gonna actually take an intermission as far as the certificates. We have 3 more to give out, but I have someone that I want you guys to just say hello to. She's a beautiful friend of mine. I love her so much, and the beautiful thing about it, she's in politics. And I want to be able to say this, and I'm not a racial person, but she is the first, well, I don't want to say that over that. She's gonna be the first Black Arizona Corporate Commission person if she wins the election. But she's a beautiful friend of mine. She's running for office, and I can't just have her here without you at least knowing who she is, because this is a statewide election. She has to travel all over the state to get votes, but I want to recognize her right here in Chandler, Arizona. None other than Miss Kiana Sears, running for Arizona Corporate Commission.
I love this woman, and I love all the women here. Many of you I know, and those of you who I don't know, I know you through Beverly and everything. She gives her all in doing this, so I'm so honored that she had me to come talk today, and you blessed me by your presence. Everyone who's here. Again, I'm running for the Arizona Corporation Commission. The most important thing about it and why I'm running is to lower our utility bills. August and September is when we have some of the highest utility bills. That's also when our children start school here in Arizona. That's why I'm in the fight. I also want clean air because our children tend to have the highest asthma rates. So it's about economic justice, health justice. That's why I'm running for this race. I actually resigned from the Corporation Commission as an executive consultant to run to do this. And I actually serve as a Mesa school board member. And if you know anything about Mesa, our power is usually white and Mormon, but our children are not white and Mormon. So representing our community is what I do, and I ask you to vote for me. I'm on your ballot right now. August 28th is the primary election, so I need the vote of you and 100 of your friends. I'm gonna pass out my things, but most of all, as I was coming here, it was so befitting in this weather, because it's about persevering through the storm. Everybody who knows me, as I look at the Dreamsteerer and your success, what I sleep, breathe, and talk about is politics. So people who know me have watched me from before I ever run, and I used to do informal talks about politics and try to get people involved, to now running for a statewide office in a matter of 4 years. It's not easy, but it's persevering through the storm. Whether it's your car breaking down, whether it's this tornado, tsunami weather, family, just keep going. Live another day to do another thing to get you closer to your dream. So it's really a blessing, and I promise you consistency in doing the same thing a little bit more every day is going to make you be as successful as you ever dreamed, beyond your wildest dreams, but your dreams will come true. So sisters, stay in it, keep on it. I'm so blessed to be here. I'm so excited I can't even get the words out because I know you're all doing great things. I'm gonna pass my card out, but I also want your card because I know you have some things important to my life. God bless you. All right. My husband is in the room, Ernest Sears, and I can't run over, I can't do what I do and run all over the state, from Yuma to Flagstaff to places you've never heard of, like Greenlee County, which takes 5 hours to get to without him holding the fort down, and he allows me to do it and fly freely. So I wanted to honor him today, and thank you, because I'm that mom, I'm that wife, I'm that all things, but most of all, I'm that politician that's always gone. So it takes a special man to allow me to fly. Thank you.
Okay, so I was at another event. I guess y'all can say she goes to a lot of events. And these two, I know how to do that. Thank you. I'm good. I promise. It's okay. Okay, you can stand there. And while I was there, I saw some queens enter into the room wearing crowns. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm at an event and I have queens present in the room. But as I said, sometimes we kind of don't take notice to people that are doing wonderful things right here in your city. And they walked in and they had their crowns on, and I don't know, I guess I'm like a groupie. I'm like, oh my God, queens. I'm running over there to, hey ladies, how y'all doing? Giving them hugs, doing them everything else. And you know, I'm like, I want to be the star too. I want to be next to queens. And she was so beautiful. And when she said she wanted to attend my class, I'm like, what? So, I mean, we have to give honor where honor is due. I want everyone, first of all, I'm going to also give her the title of Most Perseverance. Besides being a part of a beauty pageant for the second time, she's raising kids. Don't want to say, but she was recently divorced, and I know she's experiencing a lot. She just got back from a beauty campaign. And when I tell you, she pushed through everything, and I hope she doesn't mind me telling her, but she didn't share this with us in the class, but someone had actually robbed her home a week before the pageant. A week or two, it didn't even matter, before the pageant. And she had to steal. She didn't use that as an excuse. She didn't say, oh, woe is me. Now people have taken my stuff, I gotta try to get it back, I have to do this, I have to do that. She pulled through. Put in for a funding campaign, we tried to help her the best way we can to get her there, but she went. And she competed. And she was shining like an effervescent star. So I want you guys, give honor to a queen that's coming up here and stand up for Miss Chandra Harris. I forgot what the title for her, but she is a queen. Coming forth wearing her beautiful crown, Miss Chandra Harris. And I am honored that she is in my Dreamsteerer Academy class.
Good evening, everyone. Again, I am Chandra Harris, your Mrs. Ranking, Plus America 2018. I recently just went to a national pageant in Atlanta, Georgia. And my platform is childhood obesity. Childhood obesity awareness month in September, and I do activities with mothers and children to get families out, just moving and doing things together. I also have a 501c3 called City Women on the Move that I pretty much put on the back burner because I didn't know which direction I wanted to go. But meeting Ms. Beverly, she helped me to see that it's time for me to get my 501c3 moving on. And Sigma Women on the Move helps women and youth with societal changes. I'm originally from Chicago, Illinois. I moved here about roughly 3 years ago. I have my 3 daughters here, Savannah being my oldest, Messiah being my second oldest, and Serena. And I don't really know what else to say. I'm always at a loss for words, and I'm not really that open, so meeting Beverly and the rest of the class and developing this sisterhood outside of other sisterhoods I built it's really helped me step outside of the box and look at things from a different perspective. So now I am able to go ahead and go forward with the things that I need to do and stop being afraid. Because if I'm comfortable, then that means it must not succeed. Anything being able to step outside the box, I've learned does not make me feel comfortable. So now I want to move forward and continue to write a book on what my legacy I plan on leaving behind.
We honor you, Mrs. Grant. Plus, get your work. Oh, thank you. We love you. Give me the one next, please. And it's amazing, because she comes up here talking about she's shy and stuff. I mean, lady, you want a passion, okay? All right, so whatever it is that gets you through, there are so many wonderful testimonies in this class. I am in awe. Sometimes we almost don't have a class because we start talking about what's going on in our lives and what they're going through. I just want to briefly say, because somebody said, well, Beverly, why aren't you doing this online? Why aren't you doing this? Well, eventually I will. Yes, I'm going to get there. But there's nothing like this intimate setting and how everybody has just become sisters just from being in this class. And that's what I love about it, because they're coming together, sharing their stories. And when I tell you, when you hear somebody else's story, you're like, you know what? I think I'll keep mine. You find out that you're blessed anyway, because somebody else is always doing worse than what you're doing. So don't ever think your situation is the worst. It's not. Take the time to listen to somebody else's and you'll find out that you'll want to keep the one that you have. So we're going to continue with this. So another young lady that I have met quite a few years ago, oh my God, almost I think when I first got here. At a conference. And she was also quiet at the table. Just being observant, just kind of like chilling. And then at the end of the conference, we were at the table, and she just started speaking over my head. And it's like, how did you know what to say? How did you know what was my thought? She's like, I just wanted to share that with you. Because she has that very, very special gift. She has that inner thing about her. That's why she's quiet. She observes things because she's listening in case God needs to send a message to a person. So with that, I have given her, besides perfect attendance elite for attending every class, I have most spirited, and that would be Miss Adrienne Smith.
I'm one that I can be a little disobedient at times when God tells me to do something. So, this was really a push for me to be able to move forward in the things that I know that I'm supposed to be doing and kind of just delayed it. So, while we were in this class, I did move forward in having women in my home as I was supposed to do last year and did, but thankful for God's grace and mercy. But it was an amazing time, an awesome time. And I'm thankful to Beverly because she was pushing me last year. And I let life get in the way. However, I refuse to do that anymore. And so this was really important for me as far as accountability. My business is I'm an independent travel agent, Divinity Travel Adventures. And I am very passionate about travel, but I'm also very passionate about more, even more so. Yeah. So the two kind of go hand in hand because, like Tracy mentioned, it's an opportunity to talk to other people about different things, and it's just an awesome experience. So thank you.
And what she actually just opened up in our home was a session where ladies are sharing Jesus Christ through prayer. What else were they doing? I'm getting you to talk. These are the ones that kind of do little short speeches. I'm going to get them to talk.
So there were 7 of us at the house, and really what God was telling me to do was to set a place for women to really encounter God in whatever it was that they needed. And God showed up and gave each individual woman what they needed at that time. You know, I let them know ahead of time that it was a very safe place for them to be open, transparent. You know, I wanted it to be an intimate setting so that way you didn't feel intimidated, you didn't feel pressure. You know, you were able to come and just be open about the things that were going on and then allow God to minister to whatever that was. And it was truly amazing to watch God move. Truly amazing.
How long did that? See, somebody's waiting on you. I have to let you know, for every person in there that has a goal, dream, or vision, somebody is waiting on you to bless them. If you're not doing that, you are selfish. And you cannot serve God and be selfish. There is nothing selfish about having your goal, dream, or vision come to fruition, especially when it impacts somebody else's life. I had to go through a lot to do all of these Academe classes. Each week, I was challenged to the end. But it's like, am I ever giving up? No way. I have 11, actually there was 11. There's one that she did not complete the class, and only because she, I don't want to say life got in the way of her job and various other things were happening with her, but she could have joined us, a beautiful young lady. But I said, there are women that are depending on me. Because it wasn't about me at all. I could have easily just said, let's just not do this, but God would have just beat me. So it's not about you. Get that in your mind for your goal, your dream, your vision. Just like what she said with Mary Kay. She's just not doing Mary Kay makeup. She's made it a ministry. Take the gift or whatever it is that God would have you to do. Tracy with her travel business. She's going to have travel and it's going to impact caregivers. Don't just say this is just something that I'm doing. Jay with her interior design business. She wants to design a home that when you walk in, you feel the Spirit of God in it. That you own it, not just to make it pretty and not livable. These are all things that we go through every day, that we're attending to every day, and we don't take advantage of how we can use it to do God's business. So please keep that in mind when you're doing that with your goals, dreams, and vision. And I could not be remiss without saying that I have another 2017 graduate sitting here in our midst. She was one of my 2017 graduates, Miss Nicole Cardi. And Carlene, I want you guys to come over here real quick. And I still have one more to go, yes. Say a few words, real quick. But these are, you're my first, so you're my ladies. Kind of, sort of, anyway.
I was just really blessed. Beverly came and taught the class actually at my work. So I really got working together and it just opened me up to new things, to believe in myself. It's awesome. And everybody there looks so much fun. Friends, college, and I'm learning how to perform.
I'm part of the 27th.
Our most compassionate and perfect attendance in taking every class.
Greetings, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. I just want to first say thank you, God. I want to give first honor to Him for the goodness that He has given me and for His presence here in this room today.
I also want to recognize my family who are here. 3 of my daughters, Kiana, Amber, Sierra. 3 of my grandbabies, family friend Haley, for your support. We are actually grieving right now. A close family member has passed away last Thursday, stage 4, brain and lung cancer. But her presence is here with me today. So I'm just thankful for that. Miss Beverly Brown, I met her at a women empowerment event a while back, and we just connected from the start, like she said. And it just went just like that from there. When she told me she was having this Dreamsteerer Academe, I was like, I'm there. I have to be there. Because just like Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., I too have a dream. And my dream is to make a difference in this world. My dream is to help women around the world, to help them, to lead them, to live in their brilliance, to lead with their power, and to leave a legacy of purpose and hope. Because I believe it's going to take a woman to heal this nation. So women need to stand up and pull together, not pull each other down, and lift each other up, and make a movement together. So I'm all about together.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
So I do have some exciting news. Like she said, I'm getting ready to launch. I am the CEO, founder of iWing Global. Influential Women Inspired Network. My launch is September 8th, and I would do a disservice if I didn't recognize 2 of the gentlemen in the back who are going to be my fabulous speakers, Mr. Dr. Will Martin there, and Dr. Jeanette Joseph, better known as Dr. When you hear him speak, you'll hear that tone come out. He's a fabulous gentleman. My dream is to have a platform for women to come together to speak whatever is on their hearts and to help each other to figure what that thing out, to help them from going from pain to their purpose, from their trials to triumph, and to have a platform to just speak about social economics, financial economics, and to just get together and in hopes that they can heal themselves, mind, body, and spirit. So that is my dream, to help women to speak to those issues. Because not many places that they have to go to speak to their issues together that is a safe place and a safe haven. So that is my goal, that is my vision. And so that's what I want to do in life. It's always been a passion of mine to lead. We are all servant leaders, and we have to lead from the heart. We were designed to help each other. We were created to help each other. And so something as simple as a smile or simple as a compliment can change the whole narrative of someone's life. So be the change that you wish to see in the world. So I dare you to dream.
Yes, yes.
I dare you to step out of your comfort zone. I dare you to step into your purpose. Because when you dare out of that thing, you step into your destiny.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right, you see why she's launching iWing Global. She's about to dare us to do what we need to do in life. Miss Elena, come up here. I just have to recognize this lady because, see, I told you you in my program. There are some people that just come into your life and just God just places in there and you just know they're like forever there. And I met this lady and her husband and my little baby Jeremy. Come over here, Jeremy. And her husband is behind the scenes, behind the camera. Can you come up and be in the picture? Leave it on remote. Jim. This is my family for real. When I met them, we were talking. Somehow I ended up hitchhiking a ride down in Scottsdale. I don't know how I ended up in your car. And we were talking because God orchestrated a way for us to meet. And we were just talking, and they were sharing with me about their son, who I don't know, my heart just leaped for him, and I had never met him. And then he showed up at one of my events that she wanted to take pictures for, but he came. And guess what? First of all, you can't even get him in front of the camera, let alone behind the camera. Okay? He was cute, I guess. So the fact that he came to one of my events, 2017, and he took pictures in their absence, I know he did it from the heart. I've been loving on this family ever since I met them. They give so much to the community. When I tell you they would just show up at events and start taking people's pictures, people are like, who are these people? Well, that's okay, just smile for the camera. They would just be taking pictures and they posted it, and they weren't even asking for anything. But now God has blessed them with a business that's flourishing because they gave out of their hearts. Yeah. And I love them, they're my family. Jeremy, I just love you to death. And I just want to hug all of y'all, so I just had to bring them up and say, give a big, big hug.
My beautiful sister Beverly. Yes, we dragged you in our car. We said, want to come with us? There was a beautiful display at the Scottsdale waterfront. Was it like 3 years ago now? Yeah. And we took pictures and we were silly, remember? Yes. Yeah. And we told Jeremy about Beverly about our son. Jeremy was going through a little challenge, and she just prayed over it. She said some amazing things that have happened. All right. And so we're grateful to our beautiful sister, our family, Beverly. And Jeremy's in a place now where he is continues to impact children and youth in a diverse community through the Jewish Child and Family Service. Actually, she envisioned even before it happened, right? I just said that. So he just got promoted to a supervisor. Yes. Where's Ladanya? Yes. What she said, I concur. Thank you.
And I want to introduce my assistants for this evening, Vanna White, who goes by the name of Miss Natalia. Oh, now she won't be shy. Come on back, Miss Natalia. I'm going to really, really briefly tell you a story about Natalia, and that is her mother who was in my class. It's okay for me to tell them, right? That they were homeless several years back. And the way that I met Nicole is Alyssa, her boss, spoke at one of my events on credit, because that's what I did. I bring in speakers to empower the class, and I didn't have an office to have it at because Tempe would only allow me to have so many classes at the Tempe library. Well, Alyssa's in the class, oh, you can have it at my office. Well, neither did I know that it was a beautiful office in Scottsdale, and it was great. And Nicole was the administrative assistant sitting at the desk. Well, Nicole just says, well, she had to lock up anyway. She ends up attending the class, and the next thing she knows, like, can I join the class? Well, she did, and then I heard her incredible story about being homeless and how Alyssa visited the homeless shelter and met them and were blessed by them, and she ended up giving her a job at her mortgage company. So this is a beautiful family. This lady took care of her mom while they were out on the street, and she has resilience and personality beyond belief. So I just want to let you guys please give a warm hand for Natalia and for Nicole. We're talking dreamers that are doing things, people that persevere. And two other things I'm gonna say. Two other people I want to thank that are in the program. Denise Anderson Carter She was another 2017 graduate, and she helped me so much with this 2018 class. She provided things that if I couldn't get it that week, she would come and set up for me. She's not here tonight because she's in New York celebrating her mother's 80th birthday. So that's the only reason why she's excused, but I want to let her know that I honor her in my thing. Plus, I had 3 speakers that came into the Academe. It was Liz Locio, who's an alchemist, which is a kind of a spiritual person that kind of like delves into what your past is or kind of tells you about your future. You know, not that woo-woo stuff, but she's just a wonderful person. And I also had Miss Tiffany Ann, who was a powerful dreamer, who was a stripper, and among other things in her life that we really can't mention, but guess what she's doing today? She's about to become a pastor. So she had a powerful story, and I wanted them to share with her, and she did. And that's another long story, I can tell you what I know. So, and my last one was Miss Chelsea Harris, who was also a 2017 graduate. She came to the class saying that she wanted to be an event designer. Well, halfway through the class, her spirit was spoken into, and she finally figured out what she really wanted to do, which was to work with artists, because she loves working with artists and music. Her name is Chelsea Harris, and she was a speaker. So give my people a speaker. If you guys do not have a souvenir program, I have a few more up front. When I tell you, you put something into the atmosphere and you ask God to take care of the rest. He does that. And he does it in the most awesome way. Ways that we do not think of. Not only did he bless my class last week, had them shouting. Matter of fact, we did a drop the mic on it. Class is over because Dr. B just finished talking. It was just that powerful how he impacted them. I'm honored to say that I'm also a part of this church. We go to Mountain View, way out there in Santan Valley. We have a fabulous pastor called Pastor Voss, and we're both there at the church, so not only I'm blessed with that, I know his family, his wife, his kids. I see them in church. He is internationally known. He asked me, Beverly, whatever you need, I'm there for you. Matter of fact, he makes a joke, and I'm like, Dr. B, can you do this? He's like, that's it? Because he's so unselfish and he's so wonderful. So not only was I blessed with Dr. Will Moreland, you're about to get blessed by somebody that I've just grown to love and admire, and I just honor him because he will do anything when he sees that you're doing what God has asked you to do. He unselfishly gives of himself, so please help me bring aboard for our closing remarks none other than Dr. Burnett Allen Joseph. Woo-hoo! You guys are ready to be blessed.
Good evening. How's everyone doing? Come on, I need y'all to talk to me. I know it's about 8 o'clock. You had your nice meal. You got your certificates and everything. You're ready to go, right? I know how it is, especially for us. You know, we eat, now it's time to sleep. Now, what I want to talk to you about tonight is about dreaming. If I could do that, I know that you've been through the Dreamsteerer Academy, and you all have had your revelations of a difference and all the different things that you've had to encounter in order to get to this point. The first thing that I want to talk to you about is having what I call the spirit of a finisher. See, many people want to start things, but very few people are willing to see it through until the end. Somebody say until the end. Until the end. Many people want to start things, but very few people are willing to see it through until the end. One more time, till the end. Till the end. So let me ask you something. What have you started in your life that you may have cheated yourself on? What endeavor, what idea, what insight, what influence have you had, but you didn't see it through? Tonight I want to talk to you about dreaming, but in order for you to understand the dream, you must first understand the pain point of the dream. There is pain in your dream. You cannot manifest your dream without going through what I call the process. Many people don't want to go through the process. You see, everybody sees the Betty Crocker box, and they see whether it's a cake or it's muffins or it's those nice, insatiable chocolate fudge brownies.
Yes.
But on the back, there's something called instruction. And in order to get the picture, in order for you to get the picture that's on the front of the box, you're going to have to follow instructions. Remember, I said there's pain in your dream. So whatever it is that God has laid upon your heart, I sat back there, I listened to a lot of the people talk about the struggle that they had to go through in order to get to this point. But can I share something with you tonight? Are y'all gonna talk back to me? Well, let me first tell you how I got here. Since y'all not ready to talk to me, let me tell y'all. I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning. I did 4 services today. 4 of them. And the last one ended at 6:30 p.m. But I promised someone who I care about that I would show up. Now, if you don't know me, I'm a family man to my core. So anytime I have to leave my house, there's got to be a reason. Okay? Now, after doing 4 services, y'all saw the little rain and the dust storm and the trees that, well, y'all got here early, so y'all probably didn't see that. But that's what I had to navigate in order to get to you tonight. So I'm going to need y'all to talk back to me. Y'all ready to talk back to me? All right, let me move on with that. There's pain in your dream. But if you want to accomplish your dream, you got to have what I call the stuff that sticks. And the stuff that sticks is going to cause you to say, in spite of how I feel, in spite of the trial, the tribulation, the test, whatever the case may be, I'm going to press my way. Now, many of you have heard the adage, push. You want to pray until something happens. You want to push until something happens. You want to persevere until something happens. But I want to tell you, you've got to birth that thing that's on the inside of you. That dream that you have, that one day you'll be so-and-so and you'll have so-and-so and you'll take care of so many people, it's going to cause a little pain. Anybody in the room went through a little pain to get to this day?
Yes.
Can I ask all of the Dreamsteerers to stand up real quick? Just stand up for me. I want you to see, even if, well, the 2017, if you're in the room, if a few of you are here, I need y'all to look around. Look around. Say, the journey is lonely.
It's lonely.
But as I think it's lonely, it's a lot of people on the same journey.
There's a lot of people on the same
It may not feel like it.
It may not feel like it.
But when I look around, I start to see that it's not just me.
It's not just me.
Thank you so much. So now let me ask you this question. If the enemy is trying to get you to see that it's a lonely journey, but if you just wake up and start looking around, you start to see I'm not by myself.
Yeah.
How many of you know that there's strength in numbers?
Yes.
How many of you understand that unity is where God says he commands the blessing? So if unity is where God says he commands the blessing, when we have stuff like Dreamsteerer's Academy, you need to hurry up. Let me take that out of there. You need to hurry up and get to something like that. Why? Because there's unity in community. There's unity in community. And if you're ready to go to the next level, please understand, ma'am, sir, you cannot do it alone. And as much as you may feel that you are alone, every time you wake up, and I'm going to turn around and start talking to myself, today is a great day.
Yes.
Today is my day.
Yes.
Today I'm going to dream and I'm going to accomplish my dream. Every day I'm going to put a step forward. It doesn't matter if the wind blows and I may rock a little. I'm going to keep persevering. right? I'm gonna have compassion towards other people because you never know what other people are going through. Heard you talk about a family that was homeless. There are people in this world that you would never know what they're going through. So don't ever look at somebody's appearance and tell yourself, well, they're better off than me, because you don't know. But here's what I really want to share with you. I want to share it with you so much. Guys, I put it in a note because I didn't even want to mistake, mess up, and not give you what I came to give you tonight. I know you guys didn't come to write anything down, but if I can etch this on your memory bank, if I can put something in your ear gate that will cause you to go think about it tonight, this is that thing. You say you want to dream? Well, let me show you how to dream. Discover development. Anything development, that's development in every area of your life. Can I share something with you real quick? A hungry person can't feed you. I'm going to say that again. I don't think you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. I said a hungry person cannot feed you. So in order for you to get your stuff together so that you can go out and help other people, you're going to have to get right. But in order to get right, you got to be willing to do personal and professional development. See, a lot of times people think just because I went to school and I have a certificate that I've got it all together. See, what I've heard is stories of triumph tonight. What I've heard, you don't necessarily learn in a classroom or from a textbook. What I heard comes from unity and community. What I heard comes from someone discovering that they need development. And the moment that you discover that you need development, you already started walking out your dream. Can I talk to you about the R real quick? Now, many of you are going to think we're in church, but I'm telling you, I'm taking you somewhere. The R in dream is revelation, but the revelation of relationships. No man or woman on this earth is an island. And if you understand that, you will know that you need. Say, I need. No, I need you to say it like you really mean it. Say, I need. And look at the person next to you. Say, I need you. I need you. I need you. Whatever it is that you bring to the table, folks, I need you. I don't care how many zeros are in my bank account. I don't care how many countries I've been to. I don't care how much my family loves me. I still need you. I need you to develop into the person that you're supposed to be so that the world can be a better place. See, when everybody is operating in their gifts, you want to know what kind of world we have? You want to know what kind of world we begin to live in? We begin to live in a land of good and plenty. But when people are thinking about themselves as if they're nothing, as if they don't have anything to bring to the table, that means there's a community that's dysfunctional. You want to know why it's dysfunctional? Because you're not in place. You're not in position. You're not preparing, and you're not providing the thing that you are supposed to provide within that community. You got to have a revelation of relationship, folks. And at the end of the day, I'm telling you, each step that I give you tonight, if you just take a moment, and let it marinate, you'll begin to see this is good. And not only will it work for tonight, it will work for the rest of your life. So if you're going to dream, we talked about discover development. We talked about revelation of relationships. The next thing that I want to talk to you all about is embody excellence. Now I'm going to have to put this down. Because within our communities, there's a lack of excellence. And if we're going to rise to the top, then we're going to have to stop playing the game and start, watch this, stop playing the game and start running the game. In order for you to do so, you've got to embody excellence. You can't say that you want to be at this level, and I'm going to make it very plain. You can't have $1 million dreams with penny ideas. You can't have $1 million dream with penny execution. So let me share this with you when it comes to embodying excellence. Right now, whatever your industry that you find that your dream is and what you want to accomplish, I challenge you all to do this. Find 3 people who are in the industry that you want to go in. Humble yourself and watch this. Study them, learn from them, follow them. Notice I did not say mimic them. Notice I didn't say imitate them. I said study them, follow them. Because success, whatever that may mean to you, success is very boring. It's very boring, folks. You want to know why? Because you got to do the same thing to continue to accomplish success. It's called W-O-R-K. So don't think just because you got so-and-so's blueprint or their funnel or whatever it is that immediately you're going to gain or garner the success that they have. The key is, what is their work ethic? The key is, what are they willing to do? The key is integrity and character and morality. See, those things will stand beyond the test of time. But if you don't understand what it took to get where you see those people at, you will have a misconception. Let me move forward because I know it was supposed to be 8 o'clock. You embody excellence by finding 3 people in your industry or wherever you say your dream is, and you study them. Now let me ask you all something. Have you ever done something for someone and they just didn't appreciate it? Come on, I need y'all to talk to me now. That's the A in dream. You gotta appreciate the journey. Because where you are today doesn't determine where you'll be tomorrow. But can I help somebody tonight? The thing that determines where you'll be tomorrow is your action and your execution. How will you apply the wisdom that you receive from Dreamsteerer? The wisdom and the knowledge and the ability and the skills that you have. How will you apply them? Because you can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't put it into practice, nothing will come of it. So what I challenge each and every one of you to do tonight is appreciate the 9-week journey. I talked to you about 2 weeks ago, and I asked you, who are you today? And I'm going to ask you again tonight. 9 weeks ago, you were one person. Tonight, you should be somebody else. But now, here's where it starts. Everybody thinks once you graduate and you get the piece of paper, it's all over. Just money, money, money gonna come. I'm here to tell you, you gotta appreciate the journey. Because where everybody else thinks that this is it and they put a period, it's time for you to put a comma there and say, but God, you gave me the idea. Now I need to go do something with it. If you don't execute and you don't apply what you learn, you're not going to be any better off. But watch this. And this is what I love about God. The M in dream is threefold. The beginning of it is materialize. That means you got to take everything that you learn and put it in a system, in order, a structure, so that you can materialize the blessing behind the Academy. After you've done that, it's time for you to monetize. Now, if there's anyone in the room who don't need money, raise your hand, meet me in the back, and I'll take yours. Okay? So after you've materialized and you've taken I'll take it. I see you, I'll take it. After you've materialized everything, now it's time for you to monetize. Now it's time for you to monetize. Now some people are going to say, well, God didn't show me how to do that. If you do what I told you earlier, and you find 3 people in the industry, if they're successful or being significant or whatever you want to call it, guess what's going to happen? There's going to be a system or a strategy that allows them to take in revenue for what they do. It's called work, W-O-R-K. And there's nothing wrong with getting paid for what you do. Now let me help somebody real quick. I want to help everybody in the world. But if I'm hungry, I can't. No. If I'm hungry, I can't feed nobody.
Oh, okay.
And if I'm hungry, I got 3 ladies that live with me. They better not be hungry.
Yeah.
I may be hungry, but they better not be hungry.
Yeah.
So you have responsibilities, folks. And when you recognize the revelation of your relationships, it will cause you to amplify your relationship. It will cause you to amplify your responsibility. So it means more to me that I fulfill my God-given responsibility than anything else on this world.
Yeah.
And when you get to that point where your name has to have a nature behind it, then you're ready to really dream. So we move from materialize to monetize. Now it needs movement. Now it needs movement. I'm going to give you, I'll share with y'all real quick, four of the P's of productivity when it comes to starting your business and what it causes you to do. I give you the 4 P's and I'm out of your hair so you can go home and get you some rest.
Yeah.
4 P's. Number 1 is preparation. If you want to have a productive life and you want to be able to produce at another level, you're going to have to prepare. The second thing is plan. Without a proper plan, you're not going to be able to accomplish the thing that you desire. But watch this. This is where it gets very tricky, folks. You can prepare all you want. You can plan all you want. But if you don't have a platform, nothing's going to happen for you. You went through the Dreamsteerer Academy to figure out your why or your what. Now it's time for you to get your when and your who. I hope y'all are picking this up because you can't do it by yourself. So preparing and planning is good, but you need a platform. Somebody's going to have to teach you how to build that platform. Now, this is the one that everybody calls a curse word. It's profit. Are you in business for fun? Or are you in business to make a profit? Can everybody agree that we want to make profit in our business? So the rest of y'all that don't have your hand up, y'all don't want to make no profit? Okay. One more time. Can everybody agree that they want to make some profit? Okay. Here's the deal. In order for you to have a plan and for you to prepare and for you to get some profit, here's what you're going to have to do. It's called positioning. It's called positioning. What do you do, man?
I'm currently hosting events. I have one coming up October 12th and 13th, hosting.
She's positioning herself by providing information. She's providing situations. She's providing development for people. Now, I don't care what kind of event it is, but she already has something that other people are going to say, oh, me too, I need that, I need that. So your positioning should show people why they need you. The service that you provide, but why they need you. So when you go home tonight, and you look at that certificate, and you say, this is what I'm going to be, and this is how I'm going to do it, ask yourself, did I prepare? Did I plan? Where's the profit? And how am I positioning myself? Thank you so much for your time tonight. praying over each and every one of you that you take the time out to invest in yourself. You don't need to be validated by anybody. Validation is for parking tickets, not people. So what I need you to do is believe enough in yourself that you will take the time to talk to your Creator and say, I've got information. Now I need the revelation to go make a difference. Thank you again. Blessings and peace to you.
I don't know about anybody else in here tonight, but I've truly been blessed. Have you been blessed tonight? Is this something that you can actually say you are a part of and that you're happy that your family members have attended? Have you seen a little change in your family members? What happened? Do you see the light that's shining within them now? I want all of the graduates to come up front because this is how I honor you. And please come up front, plus we have to take our pictures. Tonight, please, if you're a Facebook person, please post on Facebook and put #Dreamsteerer. What y'all, hashtag? I'm still getting on that social media thing. All right, LaDonna, your kids and stuff like that. Take some selfies, pass the word. Just know, all of y'all, come on, my 2017s too. Come on up here. Y'all are graduates too. And I want you guys, ladies and gents, to look at the future dreamers, Dreamsteerer Academy visionaries that are about to take their lives to a whole nother level. And I promise you guys, y'all better promise me when you leave out here tonight that you will be going forward with your dreams. Okay, Elaine, pay attention to Elaine. Okay.
Upon the waters, the great unknown, where feet may fail, and there I find you in the mystery, in oceans deep, but my faith will stand, and I will call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. I am yours and you are mine. Where feet may fail and fear surrounds me, your sovereign hand will be my guide. Where feet may fail and fear surrounds me, you never fail and you won't start now. So I will call upon your name, Jesus, and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. I am yours, Lord, you are mine. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the water wherever you would call me. And take me deeper than my feet could ever wander. And my faith will be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. Sing with me, y'all. Anybody know this song? Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the water wherever you would own me. And take me deeper than my feet could ever wander. And my faith will be made stronger in the presence of my Savior. And I will call upon your name, Jesus, and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rise in your embrace. 'Cause I am yours, and Lord, you are mine. We belong to God. Hallelujah.